So time to get underway with the first final of this round of the championship for 2024. It's Micromax up now, and it's 13 minutes plus an additional 2 laps. So let's take you through the starting grid. After a dominant display in the pre-final earlier on, Niki Naruhito Tomase will start from pole position. Ryan Rampadarath will be alongside on the front row. Row 2, it's full German representation with Dimitar Lazarov and Conor Haufer. Matthias Clever, the top rookie, lines up on the inside of row number 3. Has countryman Tristan Avils alongside for close company. Noah Stehada and Joshua Lorison round out row number 4, with Bruce Chirino and Matthias Bollage rounding out the 10-strong grid. Oh, and Henrico Mazzaz, you definitely are you looking at your phone at the moment with regards to weather? I'm trying not to at the minute. We've already had a deluge yesterday, but 13 minutes plus an additional 2 laps are on the timer here as the KZ2 field makes their way through the exit of Parc Fermé and will head back and get themselves ready for their final. They'll close out the show later on today at just after 5:15 this afternoon. Out of the shortened lap, here we go. Revs rise, and it is going to be a full start. The nerves have set in. Lights didn't go out, so round they go for another tour. If there's another full start, the timer keeps on counting down from 13 minutes, which might make for a little bit more interesting racing. So we've got to do the old control alt delete, restart, and get ourselves ready once again. So the lights still ignited on the gantry here at Circuit de Landsard for the Micro Max final. Will anyone be able to challenge the number 25, the CRG entry of Niki Naruhito Tomase, who led from lights out to checkered flag in the pre-final earlier on, and with it also took that pole position, which was very, very crucial. Rampadarath has been very, very impressive all the way through this season so far and looks to continue that run of form and maybe might be able to one-up the number 25. So the drivers make their way past Marshall post number 6. This is the second time of asking. Revs rise, lights are on. This time, lights are out, and the final for Micromax gets going right now. Rampadarath trying to wrestle with the steering, trying to go round the outside of Niki Naruhito Tomase, who still holds on to the race lead as everyone makes their way through turn 2 for the opening tour of this lap here at Circuit de Landsard in Eindhoven in the Netherlands. But, oh well, Rampadarath being caught out a little bit has just lost second on the run through from turn 3 and into 4. That's the number 69 of Dimitar Lazarov that has got through. Conor Haufer right behind the number 32 as they head through the chicane for the first time. Into the far part of the circuit they go. And it is going to be quite a fascinating dynamic what might happen over the next few moments or so. But Niki Naruhito Tomase leads after the opening lap by 0.4 of a second. Ahead of Dimitar Lazarov as Conor Haufer was looking up the inside through turn 1 on Ryan Rampadarath, is going to try the same again through at turn number 2 and gets the job done briefly. Matthias Clever now looking for the move for 4th place up the inside of the number 32 from SB Motorsport, who gallantly defends through turn number 4 and retains that position. But look at the train behind the number 32. So that is now first in the hands of Nicky Naruhito Tomasi, but is being pressurized by Dimitar Lazarov, who really has upped it a gear and has decided, well, let's go hunting. Out of the final corner to complete lap number 2. Gap between first and second, just over 0.22 of a second. And Lazarov, new fastest lap of the race, 50.517 for the number 69 with C4 Racing. And now is looking left into turn number 3. Might try and go for the crisscross, but gets unsettled a little bit by one of the bumps. Turns the kart in to turn number 3, now through 4. Into the left-hander here at 5 before the short run and a very quick run to the chicane. Now through over to turn number 8 at this 14-turn, 1,050-metre circuit here, right across, well, literally Eindhoven Airport. If people are on the start-finish straight and looking at the circuit, it's to our left-hand side. And now Lazarov senses an opportunity. Gap after 3 laps, less than a tenth and a half. And now Lazarov looks to the outside through into turn 2, trying to get the switch back. Now carries that momentum, and look at the run going through into turn number 3 from the number 69 representing Germany, as Nicky Naruhito Tomasi has come under all kinds of pressure right now, and Lazarov is not going to let this one go. Neither will Connor Halfer, because Halfer in the number 78 is closing in on them hand over fist. This is going to be an interesting battle for the next 9 3/4 minutes plus 2 additional laps. Ryan Rampadarath is not out of this yet. Far from it. And the reason being is whilst the top 3 start to battle away, Rampadarath will see that and go, right, here's my opportunity. Now into turn 2 go the race leaders. And they are still line astern. Halfer looking to the left-hand side of Lazarov, going into turn number 3. Drifts the cart a little bit wide to try and get the over-under. It doesn't normally work unless you can plant the cart to the left-hand side and get the inside line in for turn number 3. That's what both Lazarov and Halfer haven't been able to do so far. But there is still time on their side. That time will quickly run out. So the gap between Connor Halfer and Ryan Rampadarath. Now, this is a good indicator of what's happening in front. 1.2 seconds. Now, that is 1 second. So Rampadarath is quicker than Tomasi and Lazarov. Not quicker than Halfer, who's about a tenth quicker than Rampadarath in P4. But now the squabbling really starts. And this is probably a lot earlier than Naruhito Tomasi actually expected or anticipated. So now through into turn 5 they go once again, this time on lap 5. So pick a winner out of these 3, folks. It's going to be a difficult one to decide, quite truthfully, because Rampadarath is closing. He really has been just waiting, biding time, not pressurizing the situation for him specifically. And now the gap between the top 4 is a second. Lazarov last time round was 84 thousandths behind, and now has that opportunity. It is going to be crucial how these drivers react to each other, because if they start battling away and it becomes a bit too much for one of the drivers, it will be the course of one driver being on the receiving end, and that's not what they want, because now they'll go like, oh, right, Rampadarath is right with us at the moment. Yes, he is, and that is exactly what they did not want to see. What they wanted to see was Rampadarath being as far away as possible, but now the squabble begins. Half a second. Oh, dear, this is going to be very, very close indeed. These 4 drivers are very much battling away here in this Micromax final. 4 of the 10 drivers really starting to do a fantastic job. They are battling They are, again, just showing how capable they are. They are the superstars of the future, but the lead has been changed. Mistake coming out of turn number 5, and that has allowed Dimitar Lazarov to get through on Niki Naruhito Tomasi, and we've got a 3-second time penalty, and that's going to be to the pole sitter, Niki Naruhito Tomasi. That is going to be for 2 wheels outside of the tram lines at the start braking formation. So Naruhito Tomasi is second on the road, but that is... But I'm just waiting for confirmation that that is the case, that it is a 3-second infringement penalty for 2 wheels out of the corridor on the start phase. And that is going to be crucial to where Naruhito Tomasi finishes. Oh, lunge and a half there from Conor Halfer through at turn number 3 on Ryan Rampadarath, who reasserts himself and retakes that 3rd position. So that means that the 2 in 3rd and 4th on the road are effectively de facto battling for 2nd at this moment in time. Also battle for P5, as we got another time penalty coming. That's for Matthias Berlage in the number 33. Now, it will either be for one of 2 things: unsportsmanlike driving or 2 wheels outside of the corridor. I'm just waiting for that to update on the messages for the live timing. So Naruhito Tomasi needs to be 3 seconds up the road from Ryan Rampadara to hold on to that 2nd place. But the way things stand, that is going to put Naruhito Tomasi 4th in this final. Still, despite having had a good run in qualifying, and then also with regards to the pre-final earlier on. But Dimitar Lazarov leads the way. 6/10 ahead of Niki Naruhito Tomasi. Ryan Rampadarath and Conor Halfer round out the top 4. And at the minute, well, Niki Naruhito Tomasi is over 3 seconds clear of Matthias Clever, who is leading in the rookie side of things, ahead of Tristan Abils. Well, Abils is not a rookie in this class, but Stehalder on the number 12. CRG is, and looks for the move up the inside into turn number 4. Can't get the job done. Can the number 12, as we've got 9 minutes completed, 4 to go, plus 2 additional laps, as we'll find out very shortly who will be our first winner of the final, of our finals here today at Circuit de Landsard. And now, well, Naruhito Tomasi has just put in the fastest lap of this race, 49.660. Has closed that gap to 0.369 of a second between himself and Lazarov. So if Naruhito Tomasi wants to be in front of Conor Halfer, the gap is about 2 seconds. So in the next 3 minutes and 10 seconds plus 2 laps, he has got to expand that rapidly. But also what he wants to do is try and get clear of Dimitar Lazarov and then start pulling away. At this late stage of the race, Lazarov on pace has been on a par for most of it with regards to Tomasi. But Tomasi, well, quite close between the two in the fact it's just under 0.3 of a second. Rampadarath has just put in the new fastest lap of the race, 49.599. Conor Halfer 4th. Matthias Clever still holding on to 5th and leading the rookie class in this race, ahead of Noah Stehalder in the number 12, who has got past Tristan Abils in the meantime and is now gunning for the top rookie award. Matthias Clever just running his own race, just sort of like thinking, well, I'm not going to let Noah Stehalder get past me at the minute. That could be easier said than done. But with just under 2 minutes to go, cloud cover starting to circle around the circuit a little bit more now, as there is the move for the rookie change in terms of the lead, but Matthias Clever getting squeezed by Noah Steyhouder. Clever might get the move into turn 3. All sideways goes the number 13, and he loses out all that momentum he carried. And nearly got mugged by Tristan Abils in the meantime, coming out of turn number 3. Matthias Clever very, very close to having that moment completely and unceremoniously be taken away from him, dropping him down from what would have been 5th place to 7th. He's now running 6th. Minute and 14 still to go, plus an additional 2 laps. And Lazarov not out of the woods yet. Niki Naruhito Tomasi and Ryan Rampadarath make it the top 3, covered by half a second. We still have probably this and another 2 laps still to go. So 3 laps to go. Once they crossed the line, the gap was just over half a second. After 14 laps, after 15, it's 0.467. Fastest out of the trio was Rampadarath, as now Lazarov defends from Tomasic going through into turn 2 here on lap number 16. Tomasic again just trying to swing to the outside, maybe to get the over-under on Lazarov, but there is Rampadarath waiting in the wings. Timer strikes 0. 2 laps to go after this one. We're on lap number 16 out of 18. Fastest lap of the race now in the hands of Noah Steyhouder, up to 5th place. 49.592, but at the front end of the field, it's not about fastest laps, it's about guts. It's about glory. It's about who wants it the most. As Tomasi defends from Rampadarath. And as that happens, the rain has just hit the circuit. And it's starting to intensify. No surprise, slippery surface flags are out. As Lazarov is going to lead Naruhito Tomasi and Rampadarath into the far part of the circuit for what is going to be the penultimate time. The umbrellas are going to be coming out very shortly, so will be the hooded jackets. And still, our 3 leaders are just under 0.8 of a second apart after 17 laps. Matthias Berlage, I think, has called it time, but Niki Naruhito Tomasi looking up the inside through at turn 2 on the final lap of this race and gets through on Dimitar Lazarov, who was all over the shop coming out of turn 2. Rampadarath gets through for second. And Lazarov spins the number 69 from the rejoin, nearly having Connor Haufer accidentally being blindsided and having nowhere to go when they are starting to spin on the track. And that just goes to show when the rain comes in, you are on hot, slick tyres. The minute rain hits the surface of the tarmac, that is it, I'm afraid. But it is going to be on the road. Niki Naruhito Tomasi that's going to take the win, has got a 3-second post-race penalty. But it is going to be Tomasi at the line. It's going to be Rampadarath that's going to inherit the victory in the final. 3rd place. What a drive. Noah Steyhouder, top rookie, gets past Connor Haufer, avoids Dimitar Lazarov in the meantime. What a development in this Micromax final. Tomasi wins on the road. Rampadarath inherits the victory due to a post-race time penalty. Noah Steyhouder takes top rookie in 3rd overall. Connor Haufer, Matthias Clever round out the top 5. Dimitar Lazarov, unfortunately, ending up 6th at the flag ahead of Tristan Abils. Bruce Chirino and Joshua Lorison rounding out the 9 finishers. And unfortunately on lap 15, Matthias Berlage out of the race.